basket of the 76ers. And they've responded here. And you think about the Joel Embiid situation where you give him, obviously this extends the series, give him more time. This is a massive win. And just one of those gut check games where Philadelphia, they had to rise to the occasion, and they did just that.
When you see what they've done in Sixers-Celtics series, 13 out of 16 have gone to game one winners. Tonight has totally flipped the script. Shireman, 9 to shoot. Ron Harper Jr. to spin it out wide. That won't fall for Garza. B.J. Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey have combined for 56 of the 108 tonight for Philadelphia.
Well, they combined to go 14 of 36 in game one. Totally different story here in game two. What a response. And by a young player in Edgecombe, all the more impressive. Oh, my goodness. No way. Hello.
Oh, man, just grotesque. Maxey flexes on the way down.
God.
Oh. Harper, no. Tyrese Maxey night has broken out here in Boston, but a breakout star as well in Edgecombe, who's played a ton of minutes for them in his rookie year, but was just icy tonight.
But he's had those moments all season, Jason, where he has shown the clutch gene. Now, the stage just gets bigger and bigger, so to do it here, all the more impressive. But he has had so many great moments this year.
We've seen phenomenal rookie seasons run into a wall in the postseason as it gets harder and more intense, and B.J. Edgecombe responded brilliantly to game one. Philadelphia has absolutely turned Boston into a hybrid. This place was firing at the start, and it's 111-97. It's a shot.
We're ready for game 3 on 2K Sports. It's the Eastern Conference quarterfinals,
exactly
and a series that's all knotted up in one.
30-point loss. Same result. Have to have the mindset to bounce back, and Philly did just that.
Tyrese Maxey and B.J. Edgecombe put away the Celtics. They combined for 59 points on 11 threes.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
Life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Boston Celtics. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. Take a look at the 76ers. They may be the lower seed, but they have a chance to take the lead in the series.
Yeah, and they've done well to get this series tied at 1 game apiece. To do that, they've got to defend their house.
Here's Edgecombe. Philadelphia moving it around. The 3, George connects from downtown.
A great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
Hauser passes. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. We briefly talked about Jaylen Brown, what kind of defensive mindset you have to have against him, and he said we have to be willing to work just as hard as he is. We have to fight through every single screen, talk to one another, and contest every shot we can. Sounds like it'll be an all-out effort against Brown here in this one. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Well, Richard, the Sixers have a lot of money tied up in Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
Ooh, that's not a lot of flexibility. They need those guys to be healthy and contribute. The talent is, but it also has to be about the availability. Ooh, that is fierce. Want to see a player with no fear? That is Tyrese Maxey.
Outside Tatum. kick out to White. 4-3. It's rebounded by Edgecombe. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. To the inside. Back to George. Six to shoot. 19-footer. Boston with a rebound.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Pass to Tatum. 1:52 left in the first. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
See, this is what I like about Tatum and the way he uses the pick. That extra room is all that's needed for him to score.
Here's Bonner. Now here's Maxey. Good work defensively by.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
It's stolen by Maxey. Here's Edgecombe. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Oubre, he's checked in for the Sixers. Grimes comes in for Paul George. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Queta. Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. Shireman's checked in for Hauser. And Pritchard is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. There's a minute 12 left now in the first quarter. Maxey against Pritchard. From downtown. Rebound by Philadelphia. Outside Maxey. Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Maxey. The three. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
So locked in from range. Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
Here's White to the paint. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Oubre, a screen on Pritchard. The three ball. It's hauled in by White. Celtics trail by 4. Pass to Vucevic. And here's White. And here's Pritchard. Beyond the arc. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Sixers ahead. They're up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Yes, Peyton Pritchard doing it at the NBA level. He was a beast in the college ranks too, Richard.
All-time leader in games played, minutes, and assists in his conference. The only player to reach 1,900 points, 600 assists, and 500 rebounds in the conference. You know, that's pretty tough.
Clock at 6. Offline with a 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Lowry outside. Pass to Drummond. Oh, got a piece of it. Vucevic with a steal. Down low. Here's Walsh. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Some change changes for Philadelphia. Barlow's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for Watford. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Lowry. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Shireman. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Barlow passes to Maxey. Philadelphia moving it around. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those players.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you for the report.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back to you.
You'd love to hear it. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Now here's Brown, still without a bucket. Some changes for Philadelphia. Bonus checked in for Oubre, and it's Edgecombe in for Grimes. Boston also changing it up. Cadis checked in for Vucevic, and it's Hauser in for Tatum. Pass to White. Outside, Brown. Again, the miss by Boston. Philadelphia leading by 4. The floor is space for the Celtics, Richard, and they've launched threes at a record pace.
And when those shots are falling, they are tough to beat. But they live by the 3, die by the 3. Some say they settle when the shot's not falling.
5 on the clock. Here's Maxey. The rebound, Celtics. 56 seconds left in the first half. White for 3. Boston again missing. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Pass to Bona. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. RJ, it was a wild year in Philadelphia. They used 30 players last season.
Third most for a team in league history. They set a record for different starting lineups with over 50. Yes, 50 combination. They're hoping for a little bit more consistency this year. The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
And the basket by Brown.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Right side, Maxey. Nice D from Pritchard. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Philadelphia on top, leading by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome all. Game 3, and it's a real halftime cliffhanger for the Boston Celtics.
Guys taking shots for trying to do too much all at once. I think it's jamming up their flow.
Yeah, everyone has to have a role on the offensive end. Share the ball and trust your teammates.
Taking a look at the situation for the Philadelphia 76ers. They were able to take a game on the road, capturing home court advantage. Shaq, how important is Game 3 for them?
Well, Game 3 is always huge. They took care of business on the road. Now they have to hit you guys with a big word. Now they have to capitalize on it.
Ooh. Well, it won't be easy, but I'm going to make a prediction, guys. You ready?
No, but
Whoever
go ahead.
wins this Game 3, they win the series.
That is bold, Kenny. I sort of like it. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Great to have you with us again as we return to our coverage of round one. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
And if he felt any pressure coming into this game, he sure hasn't shown it. What a sensational start.
His performance shows no sign of any nerves. Great job controlling your emotions.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 3. Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Outside Brown. There's Tatum with the 3. And it's Bona with a rebound. The Sixers lead by 3. Up top, Maxey. He's guarded by White. To the middle. Here's Bona. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
So it's Boston now. Well, the rise of Tyrese Maxey has been fun. What do you think makes him such an exciting player?
Oh, it's his speed and tenacity for sure. He might be the quickest guard in the league right now. In addition, he's also become an absolute knockdown shooter. Look, it can be simple. Read the defense, call the play. Brown can really do it all.
Pass to Maxey. Philadelphia needs to get off the shot. Here's Barlow. Three-pointer off the mark. Celtics trail by 3. Outside, Brown. Pass to Keita. Hauser outside. On the wing, Tatum. And George with some nice D. The Sixers lead by 3. Inside. Here's Maxey. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
The kick out to White. To the inside. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Grimes, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Boston. The 76ers have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. It's George on the wing. Minute 32 left in the third quarter. From outside the arc. That one no good. Celtics trail by 3. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has been everything, Greg.
Oh, my. His growth, both with his play, but also with his leadership, has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
George outside. Pass to Edgecombe. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Oh, George with a steal. Here's Barlow, pounded by Tatum. Barlow passes to Grimes. Here's Barlow. for three, George. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Boston shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Here's Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
Ooh, good little touch on the floater. Tatum making it look way too easy.
Here's George. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Sam Hauser.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. A big group substitution here for Boston. George hits them both.
Well, when you send them to the line, you know what the outcome is likely to be.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Philadelphia on top, up 1. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
All right, everybody, it's the fourth quarter.
Thanks for joining us again for round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Maxey feeling it out a bit. Here's Watford. Three-pointer, no good. Boston trailer. Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. Boston needs to get off the shot here. The baseline J. And it's Tatum missing. Philadelphia shooting 35% so far in this one. Here's Grimes. The rebound, Celtics. Pass to Tatum. Vucevic, a screen on Oubre. Tatum. Off target on the outside leaner.
He made that way more difficult than it had to be with that leaning jumper. As a result, he comes away empty.
Maxey. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And the 76ers will have a different look here. Bonus checked in for Drummond. Barlow comes in for Watford. George, he's checked in for Oubre. And it's Edgecombe in for Grimes. A big group substitution here for Boston. Cadis checked in for Vucevic. Hauser comes in for Walsh. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Shireman. And it's White in for Pritchard. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. There was a sense of urgency. Coach said, quote, "We are right there, guys. Just stay together and trust one another. Let's take this one. Guys, let's see how that message resonates with the team."
Allie, thank you. Another chance. Blocked! George outside. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. There's a screen. Shoots a three. Oh, it doesn't go. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. Too easy for Tatum, even with the contact.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
And Maxey, here we go. And it's rejected. Here's a pass to Tatum. Edgecombe, defended by Brown. White outside. Now Tatum. Quick two. Oh, net.
Look, this dude is well built, man. He's a specimen. He's 6'8". Look, he's going to score inside if he gets that close.
White against Maxey. Let's loose for three. Can't get it to go.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Tatum. And that misses. That would have put him up. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
There's the screen. Maxey! Oh, the long ball, no good. White against George. Tatum looking it over. Spins. Maxey pulls it down. George! No good from three!
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Now Tatum. To take the lead. No good. Philadelphia shooting a low 30% to the floor. Yes, sir!
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
2-point game. Outside Tatum. 19-footer is good.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
White against Maxey. Book it! It goes!
Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
And it's Tatum with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Here's the pass to Brown. To take the lead. Tatum outside. Clock at 4. For 3. Maxey pulls it down. And here are the 76ers. The lead is 2. Takes a 3. Brown pulls down the board. Now White jacks up a 3. Oh, no good. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
23 seconds left in OT, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
At the line for Philadelphia, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
A productive trip to the line right there makes this a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Boston. There's 21 seconds left in overtime. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Trailing by 4. Brown fires. Misses the 3. And now they foul and stop the clock.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Philadelphia, Paul George. Taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. Here's the pass to Brown. From deep. Oh, it misses. So it's Philadelphia picking up the win, and this is a critical win for them. They grab the lead in the series after splitting the first 2 games.
Yeah, Game 3 feels like a Game 7 if the series is tied. It has a huge impact. They're in the driver's seat now, as long as they don't lose their focus.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's reveal our player of the game, Tyrese Maxey.